All right. Now, we know David had at least 7 women, right, that weren't virgins, right? Well, what about the 10 virgins in Jerusalem again? Remember you pointing that out? Christ talks about 5 of them being wise and 5 of them being foolish, and that they were waiting for the bridegroom, right? And then he talks about the oil in their lamps. And 5 of them, again, kept the oil in their lamp, right? And 5 of them didn't, whatever that means, whatever that means. Now, again, you know if it's a male-female relationship or even a hermaphrodite-female relationship, right? Like, they can have sex too, right? Women and men, right? They just, are better to be with men, women, the men. Because for them to have a child here after the fall would be kind of devastating to their bodies, right? Especially the male side, being that the testicles are still inside the body, right? Might smush them a little bit. If he did have a child, when would it be though? Afterwards, if he was raped by the soldiers, right? Which ones we don't know, right? Could have been a gangbang kind of, right? We don't know, right? They wouldn't tell us all the details there either, but we know Tamar was raped. And a couple of other women were raped. It's kind of questionable with Dina because she went to see you willingly and she knew he liked her and loved her, and right, that could be more of a relationship, premarital sex, right? But Moses allows for it, right? In the law itself. He says if you're unbetrothed, you can have premarital sex, right? You're just to ask the girls while they're staying in marriage afterwards, right? That's all that is. That's all you can do, right? Being a good man, being a good man. Now, with Sheena, I went to her directly after burying me somewhere in Jerusalem, wherever we were doing our tours, right? Her on her shouldn't be on mine, right? But I never didn't say I didn't want to marry you, right? I was just using you for sex. Because if you were just using me for sex, which was okay too, but right? I don't know exactly what's going on, but like I said, right?
Oh, thank you, Mario.
So, I had a few trick-or-treaters tonight. I didn't expect that many, but maybe 5 came by, right? Total. Nothing on the done, right? That's about what I expect anyway, They might come by later on. And most of them had their parents driving them around, which is smart. And I almost missed the last one because I was getting me something to drink, right? And in the kitchen and had to walk all the way to the front, so. But, and she probably, came up ringing the doorbell and, didn't want to stick around too long. All right. Not losing time here, Everything seems back to normal. But you can't stop me from going out either. That's insane. And again, if you quit interfering, maybe one of the girls will take, right? Maybe not, but if you keep interfering, right? And I'm losing enough time to be with a couple of them. And I know it, you know it, right? I'm marking it, right? Something's happening, right? With the girls, right? And again, I do want to marry her, right? But the premarital part's still up to her, right? So, alright, and don't say I can't beguile her or entice her into it or talk her into it, or you can't either. If you're trying to tell her no and she don't care, well, that's not between me and her then, right? And then it becomes consensual premarital sex, right? It never said that. It's not even talking about that when it's talking about keeping your virgin or not, right? He's talking to the dads, right? And what's the first thing he says? I get no commandment from the Lord, right? He's giving you his opinion, right? But Moses says something about premarital sex, right? If the girl's unbetrothed, right? Which is what that is. Which is exactly what that is, right? Now, today, we don't even have betrothals or things like that. We have an engagement period, right? Which, again, is between you and your partner if you in love have premarital sex, right? And it's up to you and your partner if you wait for marriage, right? That's what it really means. That's what it really means. And you're not intending each other either way. I mean, the girl's not to be a prude, right? If everybody else is having premarital sex, why can't we, honey, right? And again, why are you being sexual with me, right? But are you a virgin yourself, right? You can't blame me if you did it with the wrong guy. And he was just saying, I love you to get in your pants, and I'm not, right? I know I'm supposed to marry you, right? But he's not necessarily a good guy. He's just trying to get into your pants, right? Especially if you're in your teens still. That's all a teenage boy is wanting, the sex before marriage, right? Now, all I can tell you is I know who I dated, right? And mainly those girls at the river, right? And I ain't saying I wouldn't take them into the woods and have sex with them either, but I don't know I did, right? But, right. Again, that's part of the point too, right? And the thing is, though, right, we don't know everything about Jesus, right? But what that might mean is 5 of them took, and he had a daughter with them too, right? For 12 daughters and 1 son, right? But the son was after they tried to cut him off from the land of the living, right? And to prove he resurrected, right? Right. That's part of the proof of the resurrection of the dead that it's a real thing, right? If you can impregnate your wife, you're not just a ghost, right? And it might have been Mary Magdalene, and they might have divorced too, right? But he also might not have knew her till after all that, right? She might also be with the 7 brothers, right? Mentioned about the Sadducees, asked if there was a resurrection or not, right? But what does that have to do with anything? More than meets the eye, right? Or about in the skies, right? And that's the point. There's more to the story than meets the eye. They're talking about something they know that we don't, right? About his wife, right? And one of the men, they brought her to them while they were having sex, right? That's fornication, by the way. The sex act of a married woman with a single man, or whatever was going on, right? One of the brothers, right? Doesn't make more sense now, right? And see, I'm trying to figure it out too, because they didn't write it all out. And John told you several times we didn't write everything Jesus out, right? And then he tells you they also sealed that knowledge that you have to guess what we're talking about in certain places, right? And use the old and the new together to understand it all, right? Well, some people don't want to do that anymore. They just want to be happy-go-lucky and pretend they know anything when they don't. Uh-oh. See you later, alligator.